Many times when we've been friend zoned, it's difficult to move past it because we can't accept the fact that the person we're interested in sees us more as a friend when we see something greater and we see more potential and we see all the ways that we can be a great match while the other person doesn't. So some people choose to wait around and take things slow and see if over time the other party will start to visualize the same kind of uh, relationship that's possible between both parties. Um, but something that doesn't really get talked about when it comes to lots of the friend zoning, literature out there is what if it's true? What if the two of you are really better off as friends? We don't, we can't really say, even if we've known a person a long time, that we know everything about them. But I think it's a good practice to accept that when somebody says that they think, both parties would be better off as friends, they are probably right. Let me give you an example. I once was really interested in this guy in college, and at the time, he didn't want anything serious with me, even though we were really good friends, and just had, you know, an immaculate connection. Um, he told me that he was trying to protect me from himself, and I thought that was the biggest, BS line I had ever heard. I just thought, whatever, you can just tell me you're not into me. You don't need to tell me that crap. But he continued to be my friend, and over time, I started learning that he actually did have a lot of severe trust issues and just a really messed up idea of women. And so I also came to the conclusion, even though it was like a year later, that you know what? Based on how I see him treat other women, maybe I dodged a bullet. Maybe we really were better off as friends. And so since I've had that experience, um, after that, maybe I've met like one or two guys that have also preferred having a friendship versus getting serious. I've kind of just taken them for their word. I've thought, okay, well, if you really believe that we'd be a better match as pals, then perhaps you know something about yourself or you see something about our dynamic that you know just isn't going to last. Lots of people are afraid to get in a relationship because they're afraid that it won't work long term. And this is especially how women think. Women are always thinking in terms of forever. So even if they really do like you and see lots of good traits about you, if there are some incompatibilities they sniff out between the two of you, where they feel like you're not going to last in the long run. Like, let's say you've had a vasectomy and she wants kids, she might just choose to keep you as a friend. And, it's probably better off that way so that you can go ahead and live the kind of life that you want and she can get the sort of things that she wants as well. So sometimes rejection can actually be a blessing. But when we're in the middle of it, obviously it doesn't feel like that. It's not until over time that we gain perspective. So if you're in this situation, just try to have a little bit of faith. If she really sees that the two of you are better off as friends, then you really have no choice but to believe her because you don't want to force anyone to be in a relationship with you. Relationships should start off being a mutual thing. So it's kind of better that one of you figured out first that the two of you aren't going to be a good match than, actually getting together and then figuring it out after 6 months or a year of being together and being way more attached then.